primary in Tennessee is on celebrating Nigeria's talents. We also have entertainment just for you. My name is Feyi Shara Owomoyela. Not alone, reading with me is
Tobilo Badilano. You can also listen to us on live stream via www.radionigeriaibadan.gov.ng or watch us live on Facebook at Prem FM 93.5. As the rainy season continues, let us keep warm to prevent cold. Now the news in details. Nigerian labor leaders have expressed concern over the worsening economic conditions confronting workers, saying rising inflation and the cost of living have eroded the value of workers' earnings. The labor leaders stated this at the Nigeria Rights of Workers Summit 2026 held in Benin Kebbi, Kebbi State, to commemorate 88 years of workers' organization and trade unionism in the country. Speaking on behalf of the president of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Mr. Joe Ajero, the deputy president of the NLC, Mr. Adewale Adeyonju, identified the national minimum wage as one of the major challenges facing Nigerian workers. He said the current 70,000 naira minimum wage had been overtaken by economic realities, making it increasingly difficult for workers to meet their basic needs.
artisans and skilled workers in Ondo State have appealed to the federal government to include them in various empowerment programs under President Bola Tinubu's Renewed Hope agenda. The artisans, under the aegis of the Artisan Defender and Empowerment Foundation, said over 25,000 members of the group had been neglected despite their support for the re-election of the president. This was contained in a statement issued by the chairman and general secretary of the association, Mr. Ogundipe James and Adebayo Lugbenga, respectively. According to the statement, the group was founded and registered with the federal government to promote the interests of Niger Delta artisans and skilled workers, adding that its members needed government support through empowerment initiatives.
The Federal Fire Service has launched a nationwide mandatory fire warding training and certification program for organizations that receive an average of 50 or more persons daily. The service announced the program in a statement jointly signed by the Commandant of the National Fire Academy, Mr. Umetali Peter, and the Managing Director, Principal Consultant of Pilgrims Integrated Management Consult Limited, Mr. Upola Chinedu. The service said fire outbreaks remain one of the leading causes of preventable loss of lives and property in Nigeria. The statement said the registration had commenced, while the first phase of training would begin on August 31, 2026 at the designated training centers, starting with Lagos.
President Bola Tinubu has flagged up the construction of the Oshogbo-Iwo-Ibadan Road in Osun and Oyo states, and the reconstruction of Gbọ̀ngán-Òṣogbo Road under the Renewed Hope agenda. President Tinubu described the projects as critical infrastructure that will drive economic growth, improve connectivity, and enhance the livelihoods of millions of Nigerians. Speaking during the event held in Oshogbo, the president, represented by the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Alhaji Adegboyega Oyetola, said the road reconstruction and rehabilitation aim to reconnect communities, unlock economic opportunities, and restore public confidence in public infrastructure. President Tinubu noted that the roads are strategic transport corridors that would facilitate the movement of agricultural produce, improve road safety, and stimulate commercial activities across the southwest. He stressed that both projects were approved by the Federal Executive Council to ease the burden on road users and improve the economic fortunes of communities along the corridors. In his remarks, the Minister of Works, Mr. David Umahi, emphasized that the federal government is committed to quality road projects with the highest standard. Earlier in his remarks, the Oluwo of Iwo, Oba Abdulrasheed Akanbi, lauded President Tinubu for his various unprecedented infrastructure development across the nation, stressing the president demonstrated a strong commitment to national development. In separate remarks, the All Progressives Congress APC National Secretary, Senator Ajibola Bashiru, Senator Francis Fadaunsi, and the APC governorship candidate for the forthcoming poll, Alhaji Bola Oyebamiji, called on residents of the state to support the party in order to attract more federal presence into the state.
Corps members deployed to Oyo State have been advised not to see the current challenges in the country as a threat to their future goals, but strive towards contributing to the development of their fatherland. The Oyo State Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, gave the advice during the swearing-in ceremony of the 2026 Batch B Stream 2 Corps of the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, held at the Permanent Orientation Camp, Iseyin. The governor was represented by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Youth and Sports Development, Dr. Sunday Muradio, explained that Nigeria relied on the young generation to contribute their quota, not only in overcoming the challenges, but to build a strong and prosperous nation, being desired by all. Earlier, the Oyo State Coordinator, National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, Mr. Kayode Peters, said the Corps members would participate in a variety of training activities carefully designed to equip them with the knowledge, discipline, leadership qualities, and practical skills required for effective national service. A total number of 3,250 Corps members, comprising 1,329 males and 1,921 females, were drawn from the 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, to Oyo State for the orientation course. The swearing-in ceremony was performed by Justice B.A. Taiwo, who represented Oyo State Chief Judge, Justice Iyabo Yerima.
And to health matters. Health professionals and mothers in Ekiti State have called on expectant and new mothers to embrace exclusive breastfeeding for the first 6 months of a child's life due to its benefits for infant health, nutrition, and maternal well-being. Themeda Call in Ado-Ekiti was speaking with our correspondent Olani Alade on this year's World Breastfeeding Week themed Breastfeeding for a Sustainable Start in Life, Strengthen What Works.
Speaking on the importance of exclusive breastfeeding, the chairman of the Association of Resident Doctors, Ekiti State University Teaching Hospital, Dr. Ayodeji Olatoye, explained that breast milk contains all the nutrients a baby requires during the first 6 months of life and also help to strengthen the child's immunity.
Exclusive breastfeeding and breastfeeding generally also helps in neural development, which helps the development of the child's brain and improves the smartness of the child, as well as confers improved vision for the child.
In a similar vein, a consultant gynecologist, Dr. Diola Agbola, said breastfeeding promotes faster contraction of the uterus after childbirth, reduces post-delivery bleeding, and lowers a mother's risk of developing breast and ovarian cancers. A retired nurse, Mrs. Margaret Adetoye, underscored the nutritional value of breast milk, describing it as the first, safest, and most complete food for every newborn.
Gets close to their mother, then it increases the ability for the baby to grow very well. Then for the mothers who it will save their mothers from allowing their children to contact different types of diseases.
According to Mrs. Adetoye, breast milk contains the ideal balance of protein, fat, vitamins, and antibodies needed for healthy growth and development, which no infant formula can completely replicate. On her part, the wife of the Ekiti State Governor, Dr. Olayemi Oyebanji, advocated improved infant nutrition and greater support for nursing mothers, describing breastfeeding as a vital foundation for raising healthy children and building a healthier society. Sharing a personal experience, a nursing mother, Mrs. Bukola Ajishafe, admitted that the first few weeks of breastfeeding were challenging due to sore nipples and fatigue, but noted that the encouragement she received from health workers and family members helped her.
Talking about exclusive breastfeeding, though it is good, but it's not easy as a mother doing exclusive breastfeeding.
Also, an experienced mother and community health advocate, Mrs. Grace Ogundare, advised nursing mothers to drink plenty of water, eat balanced and nutritious meals, seek professional help whenever they encounter breastfeeding challenges, and remain focused despite criticism or discouragement from others. From Ado Ekiti or Laniji Alade, Radio Nigeria.
Ogun State Governor Prince Dakwa Abiodun says there will be no hiding place for kidnappers and other criminal elements in the state, following the successful rescue of the 7 students of Gateway ICT Polytechnic, Shakpade, who were abducted in Raymond North local government area. Addressing journalists in Abeokuta, Governor Abiodun said the rescue was made possible through a coordinated operation involving the Nigerian Police Force, the Armed Forces, the Department of State Services (DSS), the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC), the Amotekun Corps, local vigilantes and hunters, with aerial surveillance provided by a police helicopter deployed on the approval of the Inspector General of Police. The governor disclosed that one of the rescued students who sustained a gunshot injury during the operation had received medical treatment and was in stable condition. He noted that security agencies were intensifying efforts to apprehend other fleeing suspects. Governor Abiodun commended President Bola Tinubu for strengthening the nation's fight against insecurity and assured residents of his administration's continued investment in security to safeguard lives and property across the state. Also speaking, the Ogun State Commissioner of Police, Mr. Bode Ojajuni, said no ransom was paid to secure the students' release. He added that 2 suspected kidnappers had been arrested and were assisting investigators with ongoing efforts to track down other members of the gang.
Osun State Police Command has assured residents, tourists, worshippers, visitors and other stakeholders of its commitment to providing adequate security as Osun Osogbo Festival continues. The State Commissioner of Police, Mr. Ibrahim Guten, gave the assurance in a statement made available to newsmen by the spokesperson of the command, Mr. Abiodun Ojelabi, in Osogbo. Mr. Guten noted that the command has intensified efforts to ensure a peaceful, orderly, and successful celebration of the internationally recognized cultural festival. He has, however, directed area commanders, divisional police officers, tactical commanders, and other operational units to put in place comprehensive security measures across Osogbo and other strategic locations to safeguard lives and property and maintain public order throughout the festive period. The police boss noted that the security personnel have been deployed to major venues, access routes, worship and tourist sites, markets, motor parks, and other identified flashpoints. He maintained that the command would work closely with relevant government agencies, traditional institutions, festival organizers, community leaders, and other security stakeholders to ensure effective coordination and prompt response to any security challenge.
The Inspector General of Police, IGP Olatunji Disu, has approved the deployment of new commissioners of police to 8 state commands and several strategic formations across the country. The deployment was announced following the approval of the IGP's recommendations by the Police Service Commission, PSC. According to a statement by police spokesman Mr. Ani Inedu, the deployments were aimed at strengthening operational effectiveness and advancing ongoing reforms within the Nigeria Police Force. Mr. Inedu, a chief superintendent of police, added that the appointments are intended to enhance leadership across state commands and specialized police formations while consolidating efforts to reposition the force. The newly appointed commissioners of police for state commands are Afolabi Olutokunbo, Abia, Ayodeji Faniyo, Plateau, Saka Ajao, Bayelsa, Ajo Odiu, Cross River, Nana Ama, Anambra, Patrick Daho, Edo, Tani Motala, Jigawa, and Samuel Erali, Delta. The police spokesperson said the IGP also approved the redeployment of senior officers to key operational and administrative departments at the force headquarters, the Force Criminal Investigation Department, FCID, the Force Intelligence Department, FID, the Police Academy, POLAC, and the Police Staff College, PSC, and other specialized formations.
This is the world today. The stories that made the headlines so far. NLC has demanded a new minimum wage. IGP deployed police commissioners to 8 states. Still to come, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Pakistan signed defense pact, and Republic congressman loses primary in Tennessee.
Thanks for staying tuned to the world today. The news continues. Saudi Arabia, Turkey and Pakistan have signed a joint defense agreement against the backdrop of war between the US and Iran. Pakistan's foreign ministry said an attack on any of the 3 states would be regarded as an attack against them all. The pact was announced at a meeting between Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, Turkish President Recep Erdogan, and Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif in the Saudi city of Jeddah. The 3 countries have been looking to strengthen security ties as the conflict in the region has drawn in Saudi Arabia and disrupted shipping through the Strait of Hormuz and the Red Sea. Saudi Arabia and Pakistan announced a joint defense pact last year.
Republican Congressman Andy Ogos has lost his House primary in Tennessee, becoming the second Trump-endorsed candidate to be defeated this week. Former Tennessee Agricultural Commissioner Mr. Charlie Hatcher defeated the 2-term congressman in Republican contest for the state's 5th congressional district. Hours before polls closed, U.S. President Mr. Donald Trump said Ogos had his complete and total endorsement for re-election. It follows the defeat of a Trump-backed Republican candidate in Michigan on Wednesday, although there were also several wins for candidates he endorsed. The winners of the primaries will go on to contest November's midterm elections.
On today's Heart of the Matter, an intern from Pinnacle College of Media, Arts and Communications, Ibadan, Olamilekan Shedrack, writes on celebrating Nigerian talents.
Talent is a special natural ability that distinguishes one individual from another. When discovered early and nurtured through dedication, hard work and consistency, it attracts recognition and eventually earns global celebration. Every individual possesses a unique gift that reveals their true identity. Beyond formal education, talent plays a significant role in personal growth and national development. It is therefore important to identify and develop our natural abilities with commitment. Nigeria is blessed with enormous talents across entertainment, sports, education, technology, and other sectors. From the grassroots to the international stage, many Nigerians continue to make the nation proud despite the numerous challenges they encounter. Their success stories remind us that resilience and determination always pay off. A notable example is a renowned gospel singer, Frank Edwards, who recorded one of his earliest songs, Mama, in a noisy room before becoming a globally celebrated artist. History, like many others, proves that humble beginnings should never discourage anyone from pursuing greatness. Today, Nigerian stars such as Davido, Burna Boy, Wizkid, Olamide, Tems, Tiwa Savage, Innocent Idibia, Mayokun, and others have become worthy ambassadors of our culture. The same can be said of our actors and filmmakers, whose outstanding works continue to place Hollywood on the global map. Young Nigerians are also excelling in international spelling competitions, performing arts, sports, and innovation, bringing honor to the country. As we celebrate these achievements, we must remember that talent alone is not enough, as education remains a vital foundation that complements natural ability, while good character, humility, discipline, and integrity are essential qualities that sustain success. Unfortunately, some individuals lose these values after attaining fame. This should not be the case. True greatness is measured not only by talent, but also by character. Parents, schools, communities, talent show organizers, and government all have important roles to play in discovering, nurturing, and supporting young talents. Government in particular should strengthen policies and programs that promote talent development and create more opportunities for gifted Nigerians to thrive. Talent can transform lives, uplift families, strengthen communities, and contribute meaningfully to national development. Fear should never stand in the way of purpose. As we celebrate Nigerian talents, both at home and in diaspora, we salute their resilience, sacrifices, and unwavering commitment to excellence. Their achievements continue to inspire hope and remind us that with determination, hard work, and the right support, Nigeria's greatest strength will always be the limitless potential of its people.
That script on celebrating Nigerian talents was written by an intern from Pinnacle College of Media Arts and Communications, Ibadan, Olamilekan Shadrach, and read by Olubukola Enimola.
All right, from that talents news about talents to more talents on the entertainment news as we join Lillian Ibomo.
Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Entertainment Gist for the Week. I'm Lillian Ibomo, aka IJB. This week began with videos and pictures from the traditional wedding between popular TikTok stars Habib Adelaja, popularly known as Pella, and Elizabeth Amodu, popularly known as Jarvis. The star-studded ceremony, which took place in Lagos, attracted both local and international attention, with Pella claiming he was paid fake dollars worth about 30,000. Jarvis, on the other hand, has shut down pregnancy rumor. According to her, the noticeable change in her appearance is the result of her weight gain product she had been using and not pregnancy as was rumored. Una don hear, she don't talk amu. Their white wedding comes up tomorrow with just a few guests, according to Jarvis. Once again, we say congratulations are in order. Nollywood star-turned politician Desmond Elliot appears to be picking up where he left off in Nollywood, as his fans have a lot to say about him. The actor and Lagos lawmaker was recently photographed on a film set alongside fellow actor Ibrahim Chatta, marking what appears to be his return to the screen after a bruising political setback. Elliot lost the All Progressive Congress ticket to contest for a seat in Lagos State House of Assembly earlier this year. His opponent, Barakat Odunuga Bakare, defeated him in the primary election Surulere Constituency 1, effectively ending his bid to return to the legislature. Well, once an actor is always an actor. You're welcome back. Veteran Nigerian filmmaker Ola Balogun has issued a public will after a fresh illness struck him days after his 81st birthday. Balogun, who is currently undergoing treatment, cited Chief Obafemi Awolowo as his inspiration for preparing his final wishes. In the document, he specified that once his death is medically certified, his remains should be immediately dissected to harvest viable organs like kidneys or eyes for transplantation to those in need of them. Whatever remains is to be transferred promptly to medical institutions for use in training doctors morbid anatomy. Fans, family members and colleagues of Nollywood actress Temitope Oshoba have continued to mourn her passing at the age of 40. The news broke within the week by fellow actor Alesh Sonny through an emotional post shared on his Instagram page, and this comes about 2 years after she publicly revealed her battle with cancer and appealed for support. Temitope Oshoba was widely known for her appearances in several Yoruba movies and was regarded by colleagues and fans as a gifted actress. May God rest her soul and strengthen her family during this painful moment. Oh, it's well. Still on a sad note, the Nigerian film industry has again been thrown into mourning following the death of acclaimed filmmaker and director Dimbo Atiya. This was made known by actor Mofe Dukan via his social media handle as he paid tribute to the late director. Although the cause of his death has not been made public, the announcement has sparked an uproar of grief from colleagues and fans, many of whom have taken to social media to celebrate Dimbo Atiya's contribution to the movie industry. Once again, may God rest his soul. It is well with Nollywood. Well, that's a wrap on this week's edition of Entertainment Gist for this week. Join us next week for another package. On behalf of my editor, Emilia Ojemudia, I'm Lilian Ibomo saying bye.
Thank you, Lilian, for that one. So, end the news on the world today from the stable of Radio Nigeria. Yet again are the day's top stories. Nigerian Labour leaders have expressed concern over the worsening economic conditions confronting workers, saying rising inflation and the cost of living have eroded the value of workers' earnings. The Inspector General of Police, IGP Olatunji Disu, has approved the deployment of new commissioners of police to 8 state commands and several strategic formations across the country. Saudi Arabia, Turkey and Pakistan have signed a joint defense agreement against the backdrop of war between the US and Iran. We also told you Republican Congressman Andy Ogles has lost his House primary in Tennessee, becoming the second Trump-endorsed candidate to be defeated this week.
And that's the news on the world today for the week. Do join us for fresh series come Monday. Program was edited by Rashida Makinde. I am Feyishara Owomoyela from my colleague
Tobiloba Delano. Do have a wonderful weekend ahead of you.